been an outpouring of love and sympathy to the Jewish people, specifically to the families of the 6 of our Jewish brothers and sisters who were hostages and whose bodies were just recently found. And the sympathy is coming from some of the same individuals, the same outlets that have been so overly critical of Israel and her war against Hamas. Somehow, Israel deserves to be criticized for trying to take out the terrorists, but it's still appropriate to be sympathetic, to show love and sympathy and express sincere, genuine condolences for those Jews that were killed. Now, maybe it's just humanity, and maybe it's a good thing because people can get past their politics against Israel and just see the human suffering of the Jew. But I fear it's something else. I fear it goes back to the world being comfortable and okay as long as the Jew is on the end of the suffering. As long as the Jew is suffering, as long as we are being persecuted, as long as we are losing, the world will express its love for us. The world will sympathize with us. But as we stand strong and we fight back, we will be criticized. And so we have a choice. We could have the world's adoration, sympathy, and love. Or we can take care of ourselves. We can defend ourselves. In this week's Parsha, the Torah tells us, tzedek, tzedek tirdof, justice, justice shalt thou pursue. The just thing to do is to defend ourselves and to get the world on board with the strong Jew. Because what happened this week with the love and the sympathy for those 6 holy souls whose lives were taken only because they were Jews, feels though, again, the world can be okay with us again as long as we suffer, as long as we're persecuted, and as long as we lose. But once we start winning, that's when we get criticized. We have a job to do. It has to start with us, the Jewish people first. We have to show the world that tzedek, tzedek tirdof, pursuing justice means defending ourselves. I'm sorry you don't like it. Get used to a new Jew, my friends. It's a strong Jew. It's a Jew with an M16 who stands up for itself and does not allow, like unfortunately has been allowed for 2,000 years in the diaspora. A Jew could be kicked in the streets of Europe, beaten up, and there's no recourse. There's nobody to call because the police, everybody else is part of the anti-Semitism. Those times have changed. The world hasn't changed yet. They're still holding on to the victim Jew. And they'll love us as long as we stay the perfect victims. But when we stand up for ourselves, they criticize. It is time to get the world used to the new Jew, the Jew that is here to stay, because we are not going back to the concentration camps. Shabbat Shalom.